Hello, Cherries! Welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, episode 162. And in today's video, I'm going to show you a useful 3 notes per string pattern played horizontally across the fretboard. And I want to thank you for tuning in today. I'm going live a little bit later than normal on a Sunday. Usually I do 12 o'clock. And today we're doing 7. We're doing a little bit later. I'm wearing glasses here, as you can see, because I'm a little bit closer up on the computer. I'm in a hotel room in Tampa, Florida, touring right now with SOS, direct from Sweden, the music of ABBA. And so trying to get these live streams in while I can. And tonight was the last day of the show here in Tampa, so we're off to Boca Raton, Florida from Tampa in the morning. So I'm checking out of this hotel in the morning, but I get to do another live stream here for you guys. Let me say hello to some of you guys in the chat. We'll get right to it. Hello, Jeffrey. Give you a round of applause. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I got the shotgun mic pointed at me. I got my guitar coming through. Some little Focusrites thingamajiggy right here with my pedal board coming into it with the Friedman IRX I've been touring with here. Jeffrey Boyle, so good to see you. Ozman, have a good live stream, Jerry. Can't miss my football. Congrats. Yeah, that's right. So it's the Bucks must have played early. I don't know who won. Let me know who won the Buccaneers-Lions game. I didn't even check it. I've been busy trying to prepare for this thing. But I know you got the Bills and the Chiefs coming up. That's cool. Paul, just beer. Well, you know what? I got my just my Coca-Cola here today. But I know it's beer o'clock somewhere. And I'm kind of hunched over here because of the way the computer is set up. In order for you to see my guitar, I have to do that. But you know, I can probably come up a little bit here. I have to bend over so much here. And so, yeah, it's interesting doing live streams from hotel room, right? The Lions won. Wow, just amazing. Those Lions. Good evening, Scott Olson. So good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Usually I go live at 12 o'clock. You know what? Next Sunday I will be home, and it will be my birthday. Believe it or not, January 28th is my birthday. So I'll live stream from home, back with the regular gear that I have, and we'll be back to normal for at least a couple of weeks. Saying the Lions won. You know, I'm actually happy. I like the Lions. I like where they're going with their team. Sorry about all the... I know I've been in Tampa for a month, for a week. Feels like a month. And but yeah, back to normal. Next Sunday, I'll be home. That'll be fun. Be nice to go home. See if my apartment is still even there. It's been the longest time I've been away from my place in a while, a month. So let's get right to this here, because after this I'm gonna shoot over to this really cool beer bar down the street called Yingling's, and they brew their own beer there, and so all the band and the crew is gonna have a little celebration for our last show. So I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna have some fun here. A month of shows. We got 3 more shows, one in Boca, then one in Louisiana, then I think Mississippi and Louisiana. I'm not sure which one it is, but we got some sounds here today. Actually, I'm gonna kick on the metronome. Do this with the metronome. So hopefully you can hear that. Here's a little idea where we're gonna go with this here today. It's a really cool thing. Check this out. On the front pickup, sounds sweeter. Cheers. Where am I going? All right. So basically, what I did was I just played through all 3 notes per string pattern, going up, but just on the first 3 strings here, on the E string, the B string, and the G string. Did you say G string? I don't want to get a copyright claim there. A copyright strike. So, you know, I'm doing it kind of slow, but it's the whole idea of this is just to get it clean. And it's a really cool pattern because you'll tend to do it a lot here. Like stuff like. If you know the 3 notes per string pattern, this will be like a breeze for you. But I'm not even taking the 3 notes per string pattern. I'm just going up the top 3 strings of it. And if you don't know the 3 notes per string in a key of E major, I have a video that I made, very simple video. I'll put it in the description. And it's just the E major scale going up 3 notes per string like this. Oops. But it's starting on all the positions. Like you have E. You know, I show this with all 5 scales. And it's the E major scale starting on E. But with those notes, those are the starting notes for each position of the E major scale. This one starts on E. But see, I'm just doing just the top 3 strings. That's what's cool about it, because when you're soloing, you don't have to play through all the notes. You know, and then there's the 7 positions, like in here, in here, in here, in here, in here, and back to the top again. But I'm not going to do all that. I'm just taking the top 3 strings. So say you're doing this one. Or say the E major string, E major scale. I'm just taking the top part and doing that. Taking the top part of the next one. And I'm combining them. So hopefully you're getting some of that. Let me know in the comment. Hopefully I'm not just going way too over the top here with this, but it's a really, really useful thing because you always see guitar players playing, you know, on the top strings right here. You'll see stuff like you know, they'll be playing. And they'll go up. So, Bobby! So good to see you. All right. Orlando, salute. Orlando Lizarrazo. I'm sorry. Maybe you could help me out here with this one. Orlando, I've seen you before. Yeah, it's awesome to see you again. Lizarazo. It's been a long week. Lizarazo. Lizarazo. Of course. It's like me, Giamondo. Lizarazo. Must be Italian. Salute. Saludos. Of course. And Bobby. Good to see you. I was listening to one of my songs today, Worst Looking Man. That is very cool. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you very much, little Here I am in Tampa Bay, baby. So, really, really cool lesson. Now, the thing that you want to really keep in mind about something like this is you want to keep your hands, you want to play clean. That's the number one thing. Doesn't matter how fast you go. Actually, it does matter how fast you go. You don't want to go too fast. You want to play as fast as you can, but as clean as you can. So if you're starting to slop it up, slow it down. The most important thing is that you get it clean. So I'm trying to keep my fingers parallel with the frets. You see that? Like if you imagine your fingers, you see the frets? Imagine your fingers parallel with them. It'll not sideways, because you'll cramp up and all that. You want to try to keep them relaxed, very relaxed. Stretch your fingers ahead of time and play parallel. See, I'm keeping my fingers straight. And when I move up, I'm moving my whole hand up. I'm not moving just the fingers up. I'm trying to keep my wrist actually so that when I move up, I'm not tripping all over myself. People say that, you have long fingers is a benefit, but you know what? Sometimes it's not a benefit, because sometimes, believe it or not, they start tripping up into each other. They start getting tangled up in a knot, and sometimes I have to actually unhook them. Just kidding. But yeah, so just keep them untangled, parallel with the fret, and keep your wrist relaxed and keep it moving just like this, with your thumb behind the fret, so that when you get up higher, you're not struggling. You're just keeping your hands as relaxed as you can. When you're up here, I'm keeping my thumb relaxed so that I could easily move it back and forth. So really, really, really good exercise here. And it's not just an exercise. Use it in solos, over an E or whatever chord in the progression you're playing. It works. E right there. Yeah, see my string went a little sharp right there? Sometimes you gotta give it a tug. That's it. Sometimes it's just out of tune. This temperature and these rooms get a little cold. Jumps a little sharp on you. But now I'm going to show you a way to how to memorize these positions and where you are here. So any questions about this stuff, let me know. Definitely want to know what you're thinking out there. Let's see what I got. Okay, close enough for rock and roll. Paul, should I get a gold top or an HD28 electric? Well, man, can't go wrong with a good gold top. I'm not sure what the HD28 is, though. What's the HD28? Who makes that? So, check this out. Here's my little memory pattern for this. Remember how I said you go up the major scale and you're starting here, E, then F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. Well, you could do the same thing up here with your pinky. Here's the E note, right? Oh, the D28. Oh yeah, that's. Never gonna tell anyone not to get a Martin D28. That's for sure. So check this out. Here's the E. Here's the E major scale right here. So that's your memory thing here. So here, check it out. This is where my pinky would be if I did 3 notes per string going up. Check it out. Here's my pinky. See? Now check out the next one. Here's the F sharp. Now, I'm going to put a video in the description. It's 3 notes per string, the E major scale, going up in the 7 positions. Here's the second one, which is really just a Dorian mode, right? If you played an F sharp minor chord. Check it out. Check it out. F sharp. So now I know that this is the pattern right there. So I'm playing the pattern of an F sharp Dorian, the 2 chord. Yeah. Because I have F sharp, I got the. I'm just going down that pattern. But I'm going up to here. Even if I start here, I know that I'm eyeballing that F sharp. So instead of memorizing all the notes, I'm just memorizing this pattern, this F sharp Dorian 2 second pattern. Yeah. And here's the third one, the E major scale. Check it out. E, F, going up. So it's third. So I know the third pattern is like the Phrygian. If you started on here, down here. All right. So here's the third pattern. Now I know what the 3 strings, the top 3 strings are. So I can just whiz through those. Now the fourth one, check it out. Do, re, mi, fa. Starting on A. I know that's like the Lydian pattern, starting on A. Now I know that the top 3 strings are like this. So it's giving me like a Lydian sound too. If I hit an A, and this is all just from the major scale. Now check this out. Now the next one, B, here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. So it's part of the 5th position, or the Mixolydian mode. Oops. Is that it? There it is. Starting on B. Now the C sharp, that would be the Aeolian mode. Starting in here. So now I know the top 3 strings. Now the 7th one, the Locrian, D sharp Locrian. Top 3 strings. E. That's it. It's simple. All right, well, it's just an easy way to really remember. And you see the intervals this way. I know it's a little bit advanced, but it's not really. It's very, very basic, because really I'm just playing the E major scale. That's it. Play the E major scale this way. I can play it 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 this way. Wait. I can play it this way. Ways to play it. It's all the same notes. This is a great way to really kind of see all the 7 notes of the major scale, the E major scale, all over the fretboard. And you get to see how that B string kind of throws everything off. One little funny thing here is I use these Jazz 3 picks, like the newer ones, not the old ruffled original ones that I played with when I first started playing. And they're usually smooth ones. And on tour, I gave away a bunch of them. Didn't realize I only had like 3 left for like the last 7 shows, you know, and I'd lose them and they're black and they fall in the dark and you can't find them. Well, anyway, it was our last show there at Stanleyville and I left them. I had 2 left and I left one on some gaff tape that was stuck to the mic stand and one I usually just keep with me. And I left both of them. So I'm getting ready to do this live and I have no picks and I'm showing like a speed fluidity. And I'm like, so I had 2 that I know I had in my keychain case with my keys. I have a little pick holder that I use out of desperation. And so it's really funny. So I had this pick and I filed it to a point. As you can see, a very bad file job that I did. But at least there's a point there, whereas before it was like really round and full and I wouldn't be able to do this. So it definitely sounds weird because it's a medium. And the funny thing is I ordered picks, and they should be in tonight's here. I ordered like a bunch of the Jazz 3s, but in white and really heavy, 1.5 millimeter. I was hoping that they would come in. As a matter of fact, they might even be here. Check my email, like as we speak. Hopefully, or else I have no picks for the remaining dates of the show. It's funny. And that would have been appropriate for this type of lesson where you need like a heavier pick. But anyway, this is working pretty good. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, Paul, you get like a D28, man. But I'll tell you what you should do. If you got the dough to like look for a Martin D28, check out the Gibson J200s that I've been using here as the acoustic. You know, by the way, I'm touring with an ABBA tribute band, SOS, direct from Sweden, music of ABBA. Talented, amazing band, and I play acoustic for maybe 3 songs. Actually, and you know, it was always fun switching over to that. Usually I get a Martin D28 in the back line, but this last gig they sent a Gibson J200 and I'm definitely not complaining because it's a beautiful sounding guitar, maybe the best guitar, probably acoustic I've ever felt and listened to. Really, really pretty. So just check them out if you can. They're a bit more maybe. I know they list for like $5 or $6 grand, but then again, those D28s are not cheap either. It's a J200. I think the J stands for jumbo because it's a bigger body. It's like a jumbo body, which has a lot to do with the beautiful sound. You'll fall in love with those if you make it to a shop that you could feel one and check it out. Buying something like that online could be tricky, I suppose. Yeah, J200 is lovely. For sure, Scott. And yeah, Paul's looking into that D28. Very, very cool. So, you know, also what's an exercise like this, I know I'm just breezing through it, but check out that video on 3 notes per string that I have. And the thing about that is when you see it, I wish I had the graphs here to kind of show you what I'm doing here. But there's graphs all through that video, and you'll see the vertical, how you play all of these positions. Then starting on the second one. Starting on the third one. Fourth one. Fifth one. Sixth one. See what I'm doing? As I'm up here, we're gonna play on just the top. I'm playing on just the top 3 strings today. And the top one. Like the 7th one, back to the root. Now it's sloppy. Octave higher. So it's really only 7 of them. We're playing the top. Eventually, you can move down to different string sets. Instead of playing the high, what would you call it? A 1, 2, 3 here. It's going down 1, 2, 3. You play 2, 3, 4, and do something like this. You know? So I'm burning through. The 3 notes per string pattern, but instead of going all vertically, I'm going horizontally through them. Therefore, you're seeing the guitar kind of all the way across the pattern. Instead of being locked into one position here, you can kind of just go. Oops. You know, and kind of go like horizontally in there. And then you go to the next string set down here, you can play. All through there. And then the one last one down here. Yeah, so lots of cool stuff like that. And let's see. Oh, you're left-handed. I didn't know that. Well, it's going to be a little bit more rare to find that. That's for sure. You know, a left-handed J200. I don't know. Maybe. Oh. I like doing that, but not when I mess up like that. So yeah, guess I'm playing a little bit sloppy tonight. I'm rushing through it, but use the metronome, keep it slow, and try to keep it clean. And what I'm doing is I'm playing you could do it 2 ways. You could do, legato, which is what I'm doing, or you could pick every note. Alternate picking like this, starting on an upstroke. Or if you want to do legato, Just do it like this. The thing about legato is that you want to really pull off with legato. And I learned this from Joel Hoekstra, who is the guitar player in Whitesnake. I don't know if you know Joel Hoekstra. I actually took 2 guitar lessons from him. I met him at a studio and took 2 guitar lessons from him. It was really, really amazing. Great guy. When he was playing Rock of Ages show on Broadway, I went backstage and hung out with him for a little bit, and he wound up giving me his in-ears. So I went and listened to the show, and I had a chance to listen to his mix there, and it was really, really fun. So I wound up taking a couple lessons, and he showed me when doing legato to pull off, like, so whenever you go down, when you're descending and you're pulling off, now on the way up, you're just hammering on. But to get a good clean sound, descending, you have to pull off, like this. So from the A to the G sharp, I'm pulling off, see that? And from the G sharp to the F sharp, I'm pulling off. I'm not just kind of I'm doing legato. So I'm pulling off, and then tapping on this one, pulling off, pulling off. So you got pull off, hammer on, pull off, hammer on, pull off, pull off. And there's a lot of noise going on here, but I have the gain on. And then just hammer-ons on the way up. And I'm picking on just basically one attack per string. See that? Bop, bop, bop. All hammer-ons. So emphasize at a slow pace like this. Like. That's not really slow. It is slow, but not for this. For this example, I'll put on 80 beats per minute here. I use this thing for a backstage tuner, but it's also a metronome. It's a really great Peterson tuner here, and it's a metronome. It's got different patterns and stuff. It's really cool. I use it for a backstage tuner, so I'm in tune before I hit the stage. So check it out, so good. Going off the rails here. Crunch, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a crunchy sound. I dig it. So, hit that like button if you're enjoying the video here today. Subscribe to the channel. I usually go live every Sunday at 12 o'clock, which I'll be back to when I get back home next week on my birthday, January 28th. And if you want to buy me something, I'm a medium. Or I like, guitars, Fender guitars. I'm just kidding. Or J200s or D28s. Pretty kooky. Look, I'm playing Mean Street. Just kidding. Boy, if I tried to play Mean Street, like poor old Joe Satriani, and get butchered, I would just go, okay, you know what? Silly, yeah. I'm silly. Maybe it's all this Coca-Cola I'm drinking. It's that sugar, Gotta cut back on the sugar. When you play gigs like this, they have like this whole tray, this whole table full of cookies and candies and sweets and potato chips and really good sandwiches. And I'm blessed as far as that goes, where there's food, but you could overdo it with the cookies and stuff. And I am a sweet tooth, and so I have to really kind of back off on that a bit. And as you can see, I am the man after midnights, which is a song called Gimme 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 from ABBA. Really kick butt song. It's really a great song. But I actually got the shirt from a previous ABBA band that I played in before, years ago, and I still have it. So whiskey. You're right. Whiskey should be the thing. But we're actually going out pretty soon, a little bit later on, to Yuengling. It's in Tampa, and I think it's the brewery. And I didn't know, but you can get like a $4.50 for one beer. $4.50 in New York, you can't even get a sip of a beer for $4.50. So, but what's better than that is they have this sampler for $15. You get 10 beers. And I thought they'd be like little samples of each thing. They're basically like regular cups. 10, imagine that. 6 people ordered the sampler. It's a tray this big with 10 beers in it. And imagine that, like 6 trays, that's 60 beers if my math is correct. But it's good. It's really, really, really cool. It's fun. $1.50 a beer. I guess that's what it is if you do the math. Yeah, they're small, but they're not like samples. It's like it's a legitimate, beer right there, and it's 10 of them. And I had one a few nights ago with a sampler, but I shared it with like some people. But it's all 10 different tasting beers too, and that's what's cool about it, is that they all taste completely different. The black and tan one, they had one that tasted kind of like grapefruits a little bit. And, so anyway, we're going off the rails here, talking about that stuff. Trying to stretch my back here because I'm bending over because of the way the computer is faced. So what else can we talk about here for this? You got the difference between legato. Now remember that, pull off, but don't make it so like that. Just get it smooth. Eventually it'll be smooth, like. Whatever you got to do to make it smooth, too. If you want to analyze it, that's basically the way to get it smoother. So yeah, check out that legato thing, or pick every note. Do both. The way to have a really good legato, in my opinion, is to pick every note. Then eventually you can relax the right hand, and your fingers will just know where to go, and then you can just kind of be lazy with it and get a smooth, legato pattern. But you'll know exactly when to pick. That comes from picking every note. Because when I was younger and I was practicing all the picking stuff a lot, I noticed that how I got a better legato is because after a while you just want to not pick every now and then, but you figured out how to attack the notes without having to hit every note. Especially if you have a lot of gain, like I have right here on this thing right here. So, and it's another good way. What's important about this is you're learning the 7 notes right here. And you're seeing the intervals everywhere. That's the first chord's major, second chord's minor, third chord's minor, fourth chord's major, fifth chord's major, sixth chord's minor, seventh chord's minor. So when I'm playing these patterns, I could see the intervals. It's major with a major seventh. The next one, it's minor with a regular minor, regular second, seventh. Here's the third one, minor, but it has that flat 9 thing. This is a Phrygian thing. Back to the fourth, it's major. Major seventh is here. Fifth, major. Dominant seventh here. The 6th degree. 7th degree. Flat 5 there. Back to the root. So it's not only are you seeing just a 3-note per string pattern that you can just rip up and down the neck, you're actually seeing something musical here. If that's musical. So you're seeing all the intervals, and even going down further. Check this out. I'm in tune. Hold on a second. This is gonna blow your mind. Okay, close enough. This B string keeps jumping sharp. It's like jumping ship. This B string wants to go drinking. There's the E, okay. Close enough for rock and roll, right? But if you're, so same position. Check it out. 3 notes, 3. Right? Here's that recognition note, I guess you would call it. The E, major. I know that the 5th is always right here, right below. It's the 5th. So when I'm playing this pattern, I know that's the 5th. Each string has its thing. That's always, on the B string, your pinky, it's going to be the root. On the E string, your pinky is going to be the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 3rd string, the G string, on this finger, it's always going to be the 5th. No matter what area you're at. So check this out. E, 4th. Here's the 5th. So here's the 2nd position now. Here's the root of the F sharp. Here's the 4th of that. 5th, down. You have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th. 8, 7, 6, 5. So here's the fifth. It's always going to be, you know. Now the next one, the third one. When I say third, it's the third of the major scale. But when I get to it, now I'm forgetting that it's a third degree of that. Now it's one. It's one of itself. Because that's the way you want to look at music right there. One, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the fourth again. And then down. Here's the fifth. 8. So 1, 7, or 8. 1, 7, 6, 5. On the fourth degree, that's more of a sharp 4 right there. So it's still the fourth. 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6. Of course, there's only 8 notes, so when I get past 7, it starts to 1 again. So 8 is 1. It's the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's 1. Now I'm going down, so it's 1, 7, 6, 5, 4. You know, you got the Lydian, that's a sharp 4 chord. So that's really just a great way to memorize, is the B. 5, 5, because the Locrian. It's a half diminished to E. What song is this? I can't play because I'll get a copyright claim. Let's go back over here to some of these. What you guys are saying. I want to get witches here. I think I missed a few things. Scott Olson. I do that looking at the TV all the time. What? Play these patterns and kind of figure out what the relationships are, or just these patterns. Oops. B strings are always temperamental. Yes, B strings are always temperamental. I bet it's already sharp already. So I'm going to stretch it before. Watch, it'll be sharp. I'll hit a D, and I'll hit a D note here. Oh, it's in. Pretty cool. This guitar's been pretty good. Really holding. That's why I bring it. It's a very, very reliable guitar, the Strat, and it has great pickups in it. It's got they're DiMarzios. It's the Paul Gilbert series pick guard, loaded with pickups, and I believe they're the Igniter. I always call it something other than what it is. Actually, it's Igniter. There's another word that I always confuse it with, but I think they're igniters in the front and the back. In the middle, it's like an area 60 something or whatever. But great pickups, and they're noise. They're hum canceling pickups, but they're still like single coil sounding. As you can see, they're very, very single coily here, even with distortion on it. But they're noiseless in a sense, like. So, they have definitely a really sweet, punchy sound, and you get really great clean sounds with it. Yeah, it's very versatile. The patterns in various ways. Yeah. So, let's see, what did I miss here? Paul, I'm coming to see you, for real. All right. Come on down. Bring that J200 with you. Awesome. The patterns in various ways, for sure. The injector. Is that what I call it? The injector pickups. I have one in my Jackson. Ah, so they are injectors. What did I call it? Igniter? That's exactly what it is. I call them the igniter pickups, and they're injectors. I know. I'm gonna rewind. That's the thing about YouTube here. You could watch this forever. And they're injectors, but I call them igniters. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna come up with my own pickup. And I'm gonna call it the igniter, because I might as well. I mean, I've been calling these igniters forever, and they're apparently the igniters don't exist until now. The igniters are gonna be really, really powerful. All right. So yeah, you know, do stuff like that, and then, you know, go back to the E string here, the low E string, you know, and go down here, the JC igniter. Yeah, I love that. Go down here to the low E string, and then go up like this. And then you know what I mean? Take different string sets of 3. Keep them going. All right. So hopefully you enjoyed this video today. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back next Sunday at 12 o'clock on my at home with a better setup and graphs and a little bit fancier, but we get the idea. We get the point here. Hopefully I've given some useful, helpful information, which is the title of this video. So I want to be true to the title of this video, and that is useful 3-note per string patterns played horizontally across the fretboard. And that's basically what we did. So I'm not lying to you here, giving you the truth here. All right, so it's very, very useful, very helpful to see the intervals, and then to really get into comfortable patterns that you can just play all over the place. You're playing a like something like playing like a blues thing, minor blues pentatonic scale in E, right? But if it's minor, you can kind of figure out, well, it's like something like a take it down to something like this. Okay. Little tricks like that. You start to see the pattern open it up. And the E minor pentatonic. Stuff like that. It really opens up your playing in there. So really, really cool. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys, today. You're amazing. Thank you, Paul, for spending some time, and everyone else watching in the future out here. And love you, Jay. Love you, P. Thank you, Scott, and thank you all of you for hanging out, spending some time. Here with me in the chat, and for everybody watching in the future, Scott Olson. Very, very, very cool of you. Orlando, and everyone, thank you for popping in. Jeffrey Boyle and Ozman. I had to run early, but thank you very much for hanging out. I'm going to take off pretty soon. So, hopefully this is helpful to you. If any questions, let me know in the comments section. And let me know what your favorites patterns are that you like to play up and down the neck. Is it a 3-note per string thing? Is it the pentatonic position going all the way up and down? That's pretty cool too. I want to get more into something like that. And all right, so yeah, safe travels. Thank you, Scott. I'll see you guys next week. Or follow me on Facebook, Cherry Band, because or just Cherry. I'm not sure which one it is, because I post videos from the road at the sound checks and stuff of the stages and gear and stuff. So that's really fun to check out. I enjoy doing it. I'm doing it every show. And right now I think we're at 16. Today was 15. It's 16, 17, and 18 left. And I've done every one of them, day 1 through 18. So it's really, really fun stuff. Check me out there on Facebook. And, remember, be cool, be kind, and be cherry. If you want to see that video on 3 notes per string, the major scale, I'll put it right there. So love you guys, and I'll catch you later. All right. Have a great week. See yous. Peace.